In a jury decision we all saw coming, Wayne LaPierre was found guilty of being a scummy, money-embezzling dude, and now because of it, New York might be appointing a state watchdog to finish off eating the NRA from the inside out. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is brought to you on this lovely Monday by Blackout Coffee Company, who does a hell of a better job of supporting your rights than the NRA has done in at least a decade. Every purchase made through my link helps support the channel, and as a bonus they even have partner roasts that let you get a great cup of coffee while also donating the proceeds to your favorite gun rights groups like Gun Owners of America and Firearms Policy Coalition. To check them out, go to blackoutcoffee.com/libertydoll today. Alright guys, if you've been following along with this story over the last few years, the verdict shouldn't really come as a surprise to anyone. And in a way, we do have to begrudgingly thank New York and Attorney General Letitia James for their crusade against the NRA, because without them, we might never have learned about how deep and awful the corruption at the NRA really was. I've done probably half a dozen videos on this saga at this point, maybe even more. I stopped counting. But even in James's press release on the verdict, we learned some more about the extent of LaPierre's determination to waste your donations. Not only was he paying off cronies and friends and buying suits and sending family members on expensive vacations, he also used NRA money for home landscaping, mosquito treatments for his backyard, and even helicopter rides to NASCAR races so he and his friends wouldn't have to sit in traffic or worry about parking. Seriously, I mean, talk about some elitist bullshit. So late last week, a 6-person jury found LaPierre guilty of doing millions of dollars worth of damage to the NRA. And the most surprising thing about their verdict is that it somehow took them a week to reach it. I mean, really, I don't know if this story even deserves a video because the answer seems so obvious, but I suppose it does tie up a nice ending in a little bow to something I've been covering for at least 4 years? In its verdict, the jury found LaPierre should pay the powerful gun rights group $4.3 million in damages for mismanagement and misspending charitable funds on lavish personal trips, no-show contracts, and other questionable expenditures. The jury found he violated his fiduciary duties from 2014 to 2022, that they know of, when he was at the helm of the nonprofit group. The panel said he caused $5.4 million in damages to the NRA by violating his statutory duties, but he proved he already repaid a little over $1 million to the charity. Which means he knew that he did wrong, he just figured out he wasn't going to get away with it. The jury also decided this should have him removed from the NRA in an official capacity, though he already stepped down. Did that video too. The judge will decide whether or not he will be permanently barred from any sort of official status in the NRA in another upcoming trial, but please don't bring him back ever. I mean, talk about shooting yourself in the foot. That would be the way to do it. As if enough of us have not already lost confidence in the NRA. The jury also ruled against Treasurer Woody Phillips, saying he should pay $2 million in damages. They ruled against the group's general counsel as well, John Fraser, though did not recommend that he be removed from the NRA. He was found to have fudged tax documents and annual filings, but the jury said that ultimately he didn't actually cause any financial harm to the NRA. Just all his friends did. They also found the group as a whole had violated the law by not having a policy in place to protect whistleblowers, and that several of the organization's employees had suffered because of it. That is something we also already knew. Now, for its defense strategy, the NRA tried to distance themselves from Wayne, saying that all of this was done without the NRA's general knowledge, which is a crock of crap, because we all know that anyone who questioned Wayne, or tried to get finances audited, or generally stood up to the corruption, or tried to vote him out, was kicked out. That was another big controversy that I covered. LaPierre's team also claimed it was a political attack with no basis. And while it was absolutely motivated by politics on Letitia James's part, we have 8 years worth of receipts proving it had a lot of basis. And if LaPierre and his BFFs hadn't gotten greedy, there would have been no angle for James to attack. So, sorry dude, still your fault. Now, for whether or not the courts will appoint a state-owned babysitter to take over the NRA's finances, that decision is being put off until another trial in July. Now, for his part, the judge who will make all of these big decisions already dismissed a state demand to have total dissolution on the table. So I think on some level he recognizes some of the political motivations here, but that doesn't mean that he won't grant the request for someone attached to James's AG office to serve as a financial watchdog for the organization. It's not clear if the job would simply be watching to make sure the NRA runs a tight ship going forward, or if it would be an independent entity totally in charge of the finances, as it seems both options have been floated out there. What we can say for sure is that if that request is granted in the judge's final rulings, the state will appoint the worst possible person to do the job. The NRA is already in a terrible, weak position as tons of members, including myself, have let their memberships lapse, and rightfully so. I'm not paying you to steal my money for your suits and mosquito treatments and helicopter rides to NASCAR? A state-owned financial advisor, babysitter, whatever they'd be, would probably be the nail in the coffin and ensure the end of the NRA. Because, I don't know if he's really going to pay back that $4 million and how far it's going to go after all the reputational damage. Which obviously, either way, is what the state is aiming for. They have been clear on that from the start. At this point, there are also no meetings scheduled on the board's docket until the annual meeting in May, so it's not looking yet like they're planning on getting together to provide a plan and argument that they can be trusted to continue managing their own finances. If they wait until May, that won't provide very much time before the July bench trial starts to come up with this legal strategy. A new EVP and CEO haven't been announced either, which seems like a pretty pressing business thing when the group is still under scrutiny and still under New York's legal thumb. Wayne announced his resignation 1 month, 2 months ago? And they're just still floating around all hunky-dory? What are you guys doing? Well, I guess I might be able to answer that because according to a couple insider sources, things aren't looking great, and the pro-Wayne old guard still has the upper hand in the board. So I guess that might be our answer. Either way, thank you, Wayne LaPierre, for screwing everything up. And I hope that the NRA makes good use of that money. And I hope that you actually pay it back. But who knows, at this point, it would probably just go towards the other plethora of lawsuits that they've been facing. All right, gang, that is it for this video. That kind of turned into a little bit of a rambling rant, but I have some feelings about the situation, as you can tell. Anyways, that is it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you are new here, ring that notification bell. Check out all the support options down in the description. Leave a comment for the algorithm. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting. Also, side note, I've been getting comments on these videos saying that I should somehow be implemented into the NRA. No, thank you. All right, bye!